Oh, we on.
We
That's
on, baby.
right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are back, baby. Another Friday.
Let's go, man. Week is done. Another week in the books, and why not end it with some poo time and then some high school basketball weekly, baby.
Now, this is some our time right here, baby. We start off episode 1 together. We're up to episode 60. This is gonna be a great show, man. So sit back and enjoy. All right.
Go.
Yes, sir. Yo, that Ashton Reynolds dunk is like, we watch these, intros all the time, man. It's like that dunk was so crazy. The reverse 360.
It was way too easy too. That's
the crazy part.
Like it almost looks like a layup for Ashton Reynolds, man.
So crazy, man. Salute to my guy Ashton Reynolds. He's in Central Connecticut State right now, right?
Yeah. How about Captain Jack in that video? I mean, one of the highest rated players coming into this season. I mean, so many great guys in the video over the years. A lot of big names, and it's gonna keep growing and growing, baby.
Yeah. Somehow, somewhere, we gotta fit, one of those St. Francis prep guys in there too, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Got
some pretty good ones.
Man, he definitely so, man. Speaking to Captain Jack, man, we my guys, we was reaching out to our guy Mike Boykin over at Michigan, trying to get some tickets for that Michigan St. John's game, man, so we could be in the building for that.
I love that.
But now it's all about New York City high school basketball. Welcome to High School Basketball Weekly. I am your host, Glenn Poole Harding, with my co-host
Brian Reichert.
Tonight we have 2 more of New York City top high school coaches joining us on High School Basketball Weekly. I think this is our 5th installment of the Coach's Corner. All right?
Oh, yeah.
We have St. Francis Prep head coach Jimmy Lynch, who is in his 8th year coaching in the Captain School League. This is big right now, man. This is big. 8 years, the helm, some great players, right?
Oh, yeah.
Academics first, baby.
And what a start those 8 years, man.
Man, we started off with them last year, right?
Yep.
The opener at Christ the King.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, did they put on the show.
Yeah.
That's
they
right.
Woke us up last year for sure. They were the first game. And, we've wanted Coach Lynch on for a long time, man. I'm really excited about this one.
That's right. So welcome to the show, Coach Lynch.
What's up, guys? How are you? I hope I don't ruin your show. You guys you're flawless at this, and now you're bringing on me. So I don't know. I hope people will watch after this one.
Look, man, you always been great, man. Always welcome us with open arms whenever we stop by. Always treat us well, man. So this is only right, man. I told Brian, I was like, yo, he's so comfortable when I'm interviewing him face to face. So nervous to come online.
Yeah, this is not my area. When I was teaching classes during COVID, and you had to do this online, oh man, it was the worst. I couldn't deal with it. So this is not my area of expertise, but we'll try to get through this here.
Man, this is awesome. So, what I know I'm not gonna get the same question as Coach Lowe's, right? 'Cause-
Same answer. Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. Um, what have you been doing this summer, Coach, to kind of prepare yourself and get your team ready for the season?
So when we finished playing, we were lucky enough to play in March last year. When you finish playing, you got to let your guys go kind of do their AAU and their club team thing, and we let them do that. So we used to play in a million leagues and a million events, and we kind of slowed down on that a little bit, and we kind of just went back to I have a tremendous staff. And we went back to small group workouts, individual workouts, strength and conditioning, that type of thing. And thank God for my staff because they do a lot of that work, and it allows me to do some other things. And when the kids come back to you in June of last year, you play in some team camps. We went to, I think, Fordham. We went to St. Peter's down in Jersey. And then our league is gracious enough to host its own team camp where you can really get a good feel for what you got coming back next year. You got to let the kids go do their AAU thing again. It's important they get the exposure. So in the summertime, we bring a lot of our college players back, and we run the floor against them and in some open run, open gym type settings. And that gets us back into the fall. September, we've kind of been in the gym a lot. We haven't been playing. I think we played one game so far. And now we're going to play a lot more in October. We're playing in a couple of preseason events, and we're playing in some leagues, and we're looking forward to really, evaluating where we're at in October. And then, for a guy like me, November 1st is the Super Bowl because I can actually coach and we can get into practice. And it's not as staggered as it maybe is right now in October, but we can go November 1, and then November 2 we can practice, and November 3 we can practice, and we can just, keep working and getting better.
And Coach, you mentioned it, and I want to kind of pile on and ask you a little bit more detail about it. But you've built a really good staff, and we've been in the locker room, Pooh and I, and we've seen the connection that you have with those guys. Talk about individually kind of how those guys have really developed and really built some special relationships with your players. Because people don't really see that. They see a lot of the games and things like that, but your staff has really, really developed. And I know you trust them so much, and I know they've really helped you since you've taken over. So I want to kind of give those guys a little bit more love. So maybe you could talk a little bit more about how much they've helped out.
I want to give those guys a lot of love because
Yeah.
I can't do this job without them. I have three kids at home that are 11, 10, and 8, and I need to be around them, and I want to go to their activities and their baseball
Yeah.
games and whatever they're doing. So if we need to be in the gym, Mike Murray, Shane Herity, Brian Haggerty, Dan Angelastro. We got some new faces coming up with us this year, but it's important for me. Number one, I'll never put somebody I don't trust around a kid that we
Mm.
bring into our school, and I tell that to our families. Like, if I don't trust this person, they're not on our staff. And it's important to me too that we have alums, guys that have been through it, and they played. They not necessarily played for me, but they played for Coach Leary, who
Yeah.
was before me. It's important. They've been through it. Then they went on to. I got guys that played in college. I got guys that coached in college. Every one of my guys could be a high school varsity coach somewhere else. It's just, here's the alumni thing, and here's a word we use all the time. Here's loyalty. There's a lot of loyalty right there to the school. Like, I think I'm a pretty loyal person. I really never left St. Francis Prep. From playing there to coaching freshmen and JV and whatever else I was doing. Uh, these guys are the same way. They're super loyal. They've had opportunities to go other places and coach, and they've stayed with our program. And I'm so happy. Like, some of the best times that I have is watching them work with our players
Mhm.
and kind of just saying, all right, Mike, you go work with this guy, and Shane and Brian, you guys go do this thing over there. And I kind of sit back. At first, I didn't know what to do with myself because I thought I had to run the whole practice, and it was supposed to be my voice all the time. But it's some of my best times watching them help our players grow. And so some of the best times are when I get into arguments with these guys. We're preparing for somebody on Friday night, and
Yeah.
how are we gonna play this ball screen? How are we gonna defend this? And one guy's arguing on one side, and the other guy's arguing on the other side. I'm laughing my ass off because it's a great time for me.
Mm, yeah.
How do you stay so super cool in those intense moments? Right, I've seen you play chess many a times on the sideline, without being a big yellow screamer and kind of keeping your cool and seeing your team take what you given off your energy and putting that on the court. Like, what's the key to that and what you bring to the sidelines?
I'm a real believer of you're the leader of that group.
Mm,
If you show some sort of weakness there, or you're in a huddle and you don't know what to do, or you're arguing with a referee and you're not coaching your team, well, what do you expect the high school age kids to do? They're going to do the same exact thing. So we try to keep our composure. We try to keep our cool. Things are going to go great during the season. Some games are going to be great, and some games are going to be difficult. And it's how you handle the difficult situations. I think that defines a team and defines some players a little bit more. So, we try to keep our cool as much as possible and not let anything rattle us. And I think that kind of gets reflected in our play. I'm hoping our team kind of reflects their head coach. That's my goal.
yeah, they definitely do. And a guy who I feel like represents St. Francis Prep and is almost like the heart and soul of your team is Big O, and he just committed to Fairfield. Talk about how much that meant to you, Coach, to see Big O finally sign and kind of get his due, because he's been such a big part of your program. I know you're so high on the kid, so give him some love, Coach, because he definitely deserves it.
Always he's special. What he's done for not only our basketball team, but just our school community alone. I mean, Big O is larger than life on the St. Francis Prep campus. Let me tell you a funny story. I was walking down the hall the other day, and I think it was a group of freshmen, and they're talking, and somebody taps the other guy on the shoulder, and he says, "Hey, I'm walking down," and he goes, "You know who that is over there?" And I'm thinking they're going to say, that's the head basketball coach at the school. And they said, "Oh, that's the guy that works with O." I was like, "Oh, all right." So, but I'm thrilled
Amazing.
for O. He deserves this.
Yeah.
I'm so happy he's going to Fairfield. He's worked really, really hard the last couple of years. I saw O play in the sixth grade, and what he was in the sixth grade, what he was as a freshman, he's taken leaps and bounds. Not only on a basketball floor, but socially and being such a positive influence. Fairfield, I think, is a great fit for him.
Yeah.
Not only on the basketball side of things, but you got Coach Chris Casey, and he got a New York guy, Glenn Breaka, who's been around. He was at St. Francis College. I know for a fact Glenn Breaka will take care of that kid, and he will make sure that kid has whatever he needs up there. And if he's in a jam, Glenn will help him out. So that was important to me. Almost as just looking out for that aspect of the basketball will take care of itself. But I'm just happy that he'll definitely be taken care of up there.
It seemed like you and Big O been at St. Francis the same amount of time. This kid, like it seemed like it's been only going on 4 years, right? But it seemed like he's been there forever because he's had an impact, at such a young age, being a freshman. You
And
know,
right, and here's another loyal dude. I mean, like just with what's going on in the high school scene right now, we all know O could have went somewhere else,
of course.
and he didn't. And I got to give him credit. His brother Alpha is such a genuine dude, and he takes care of O and he helps out O and he guides him the right way. And I'm just happy that they've been part of our family for 4 years.
And speaking of the transfer portal, has that really affected you guys again this year? Like, or have y'all added some pieces because of the transfer portal? Let me know how that have been going for you guys.
Yeah, it's affecting everybody. It's not just St. Francis Prep. We've lost kids, for sure. We've picked up kids, also, for sure. Um, if I was first starting out and trying to establish myself, and maybe I didn't have the confidence that I maybe have now a little bit, it would probably bother the hell out of me when a kid leaves.
Yeah.
Now I'm almost taking the point. Like, if you don't want to be part of what we do, if you look at what we do on a daily basis, the practices and the preparation and the strength and conditioning, the development, the academics, if you don't want to be a part of that, I'm not gonna, fight to keep you here. And you want to try something else out, go right ahead. Uh, do I wish people went about their business differently? 100%. You can call me on the phone and we can have a conversation, and I could outline pros and cons for you. I've done that with tons of families, and sometimes they stay, sometimes they go. But again, I'm now a believer of, if you want to be part of what we do, we'll welcome you with open arms. So yeah, we've lost some players, but we've picked up some players too.
Yeah, and you mentioned like your kind of motto, and I remember you told me that almost maybe probably 2 years ago. I want to say, Coach, you kind of told me that mentality, and you've lived by it since. Um, but we're dying to know, Coach, who's the next Jaden Huggins, who's the next guy coming in this program that's maybe transferring in, that's going to step up and help out, because you lose a guy like Ethan Butler, who's a big piece, but it
Sure.
also opens up a big opportunity for a new guy coming in.
Yeah, so we did have a transfer come in from Cold Spring Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Carter Prizzy. He's 6'9". He's a high academic kid. When we were trying to get him to the school, and he was asking what honors and AP courses he could take, and
Yep.
that's how, right there I was sold.
Yeah, he's a
I don't
great
know
kid.
what you're going to do on a court, but like, you're
Mm-hmm.
sold. You're the perfect guy for us. So we've had Carter in the gym now for about 6 weeks.
Excellent.
Uh, he's been getting better and better. Um, he eats up anything you give him. He
Mm-hmm.
tries to do it. Some kids don't try to do it. He
Yeah.
tries to do it, even if he fails. That's how you learn. You learn through failure. He's trying to do it. He's getting better every day. I think by the end of the season, he's going to be a real force to reckon with. I mean, we're going to throw him right out there and see what he can do. But I'm really happy that Carter decided to be a Terrier.
You have two of my young guys, I think that came aboard, man. Eli Murray and Austin Dotton, right?
Sure.
These two guys I've seen play all summer long. I've seen Austin play for a couple of years. Got introduced to Eli through my tournament over in Brevard, and man, some studs, man. I really think um, Eli Murray could be one of the next ones out of New York City to actually, take it to the full level. Austin, again, you got a, point guard / two guard that's still developing, could shoot the lights out of the ball. You got some excellent players, man, that's going to come through and keep St. Francis Prep rolling. And I know you probably have a few others, but those are my two guys who I'm kind of bigging up tonight. So salute to those two.
Yeah, so Austin Dotton has been hurt. Austin's father played at St. Francis Prep. Howie Dotton, he played
Wow.
at St. Francis. Yeah, so that's our connection to Austin. Austin's been hurt. He had a broken wrist. Hasn't really been on the floor for us. He should be back within the next week. So really excited to get to work with him and to see what he can do. You're 100% right on Eli Murray. I mean, this kid is a superstar. He's terrific. And I love working with Eli already. I can tell because he's trying, we're trying to get him to play some defense and trying to get him he's lethal in transition. The kid in transition, he's going to score a bucket and he can make the three. And he does some things that, those two kids are 14 years old. They're the
Yes.
legit age,
Yeah.
which is like those two kids at 14. And we got another one too. Keyshawn White is from Roslyn.
Long
He's
Island, baby.
Where do you see this kid play? He's a superstar.
Oh, he's
Um, 14 years old. So,
Woo.
yeah, these kids, the sky's the limit for these kids. They're so talented. We've had obviously some good players over the last couple of years in our program. These kids, I'm not lying to you, these kids at 14 years old are ahead of most of those guys where they were in their development. They're going to be awesome for us.
No, and I want to say this too, Brian, before you say what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope you guys are listening, right? Remember, you could do everything that you want to do at St. Francis Prep that you want to do somewhere else. If you stay there, you begin there, and you stay the course, you're going to have a bright future. Trust me. Trust me. Trust Coach Lynch and trust in the program, and everything will work out.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you for sure. Just to kind of piggyback on that point, when I was talking to Veer Anthony Sr., Veer's dad, when it was kind of all said and done, and his Terrier career was over, he said, we considered leaving after year number 2. He goes, but you guys, what you do over there, you guys made it so difficult to leave. We couldn't leave. Like, why would we ever leave? And that meant a lot to me. Come from him because he played back in the day too, and obviously his kid is terrific.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and that was a great representation of how you really are doing, the right things, Coach Lynch. Because you're right, Avir Anthony probably does leave if he's not confident in what you guys are doing, especially given the reins so early. But a thing that I've seen that you've kind of, I don't know how you felt about it in the beginning. I feel like you're way more comfortable now. And I think it's become a big part of the Catholic League. I've been talking about it with a lot of coaches. The use of the freshman class. Pooh talked about the 2 guys he knew. I know about Keyshawn White as well. Talk about your confidence to kind of believe in that freshman class, how it will keep, the league, I think, going in the right direction as coaches really put some effort into that, like going to the skills camp that Pooh talks about and things like that. And also, I'm dying to hear your thoughts on the freshman that you trusted last year, who Pooh and I saw lighted up in the playoffs, Mr. DeSena, who people keep saying, "Oh, this kid might be a superstar." He already is. He already is going
That's
to
a
be.
fact.
He already is a superstar. So I'm dying to hear your thoughts on that and the freshman class as a whole coming into the Catholic League.
Years ago, I'd tell you, freshmen got to play freshman ball, and they got to wait their time. And I've totally changed my tune on it. I think it's probably started with Veer. Veer walked into the gym the first time he worked out with us or whatever he did, and he's on one corner. He's jumping rope and doing push-ups. And some of our seniors are like laughing and joking and taking some lame jump shots or whatever. And I said to our staff, they're like, "What are you going to do with that kid?" And I go, "I'm going to make him our starting point guard." Like, and it was pretty seamless after that. I think like Eli, Keyshawn, Austin, these guys are ready to play. If I wasn't going to play you, if I was going to sit you on the bench, then let's have a conversation maybe about some freshman JV basketball. But you're going to play, and I think you found a place where you can play, you can get on the floor, you can showcase your abilities. You can fail, and that's fine, and that's what we want you to do. We want you to have some failure because again, you're gonna learn from that. So they're gonna play. If I'm gonna put you up on a varsity as a freshman or a sophomore or whatever you are, you're gonna play, and I think that's what we did with Justin last year. Justin came off the bench for us at first, and then we had an injury to Connor Griffin, so Justin kind of stepped in. Justin was ready to play varsity basketball. Why hold him back on a freshman team? I mean, imagine putting Eli Murray on the freshman team. What are we doing? How does that help anybody? It doesn't
First
help
of
your
all,
development.
I've been blowing up your phone like, Coach, what are you
Yeah,
doing? Like,
right. Or imagine playing freshman basketball a couple of years
right.
ago. I mean, he was able to score over 20 in some games on a varsity and impact games. So if they can do that and they're ready and it's going to help their development, then let's do it. And why not? My definition of a varsity basketball team is give me the 12 best kids in the school. I don't care how old you are, you're a freshman or you're a senior, who are the 12 best guys in the school, and let's take a shot at it.
Yeah, I saw Eli come to the game one day. My guy who, he always collaborates his posts with me, and he put his top freshman class in there. And I was like, yo, how you feeling that you wasn't mentioned? Right?
Hope
Just
he's
trying to
hungry.
dig it in, like, or do you have a fire burning? Just to check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you should have a fire burning. If you're okay with that, then maybe you're not one of the ones.
Right.
And I saw it in his eyes. So, I had my recording stuff in the bag. I said, yo, I'm going to interview you at halftime of the All-Star game. I mean, after the All-Star game, when the seniors are playing, like, he was like, for real? It's like, yes, let's do it. Right? So that's that heat check, right? So to move on from that, when you got a guy like who has signed already early, got it out the way, he's not competing for a scholarship right now. He could just focus on winning. Right?
That was part of the plan. I mean, look at Halon Rollins last year. Halon was a player of the year in the Catholic League. and went to Fairfield. Oh, there's a great blueprint for you, right there. Now you don't have to worry about getting a scholarship. You can just go out on the floor and try to win games. But you know what we need from you this year too. We need some leadership. You're our senior guy. Give us some leadership. You're the most veteran guy that we have. So provide us with some leadership. Don't have to stress out about who's going to offer you and where you're going to go, and do you maybe even have to get on an AAU court next spring? No, that's all done. You're ready to go, and just go out and have a great season.
Yeah, and step right into that Via Anthony role as a leader. That's dope.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's so nice, to get all that weight off your shoulders. I know there's a lot of pressure. A lot of people want to know. But Coach Lynch, I'm going to put you back in a time capsule. I was thinking of you the other day when I saw this tweet, and it made me proud. I know it's going to make you proud too, but it was basically a stats of the most efficient players in a college conference. And number one at the top of that list, Jaden Daughtry. And I was thinking of you when me and you kept talking about how everybody was almost telling us he's a D2 player, but he kept the faith, found the right program, and came in prepared. How do you get those guys who a lot of people have doubted a lot of your guys, Coach Lynch, at the next
Sure.
level, but you keep the faith, they stay strong, and they're prepared. How do you get these guys so prepared for the next level? Because that's what I say about every player that comes out of the Terriers program that goes to college. They will be prepared, and they know what is expected of them when they get there.
Yeah, it's funny. Just before I jumped on this, I just had a call with Mike Murray on my staff, and he said, we were talking about our freshmen and certain habits we have to
Yeah.
break and whatever we got to do, and he said we just got to keep treating this like it's a college program and get them ready for the next level, and things that you're not going to get away with in college. Why are you getting away with them in high school? You shouldn't be. Um, Jaden Daughtry, what a kid. I'm so happy it's working out for him up in Think about Marist, right? Nobody
Yep.
wanted these guys. They signed Jaden Daughtry, who might be the MAC Defensive Player of the Year this year, and they signed Josh Pasquarelli, who's now moved on to Colorado State. Nobody wanted those kids. Are you out of your mind? I mean, those kids are winners.
Yep.
One thing I'm really proud about for our program is this year. I think it's the most kids we've ever had. We're going to have 11 kids, former Terriers, take the floor for their college programs this year.
Wow.
And we would have had a 12th, but he decided to play football. He's a quarterback. So we're going to have 11 basketball players, former Terriers, taking the floor for their college program. Um, I love going to see them play, and it's like, the dad going to watch his kid
Yeah.
play, and it's like one of the happiest moments I get when, I'm sitting front row with, I don't know, Farmingdale watching Connor Griffin, or, going up to New Haven to see Veer, or any of our other guys.
Coach, what is that non-league schedule looking like?
So, that's important to us because, for us, for our league, the league games are important. Your Brooklyn Queens games and your crossover games are important, and that determines how you're going to do and where you're seated and whatever. But the non-league games is important for your guys, for exposure, and to play against really good teams that challenge you. I mean, if we go 0-8 in our non-league games, who cares? Let's just play whoever
Thank
we
you,
can get our
Coach.
hands on. So we have a game against, and I give Julius and James Moore at Stevenson. I give them all the credit in the world. They take a game with us every year. We'll open up with them over Thanksgiving break. As soon as that's over, we're going out to Colorado for a 3-game tournament. We'll get to see Josh
That's
while we're out there.
that's so
That's part of the
great.
reason why I wanted to do it, just to get our
So
kids out there and go visit Josh.
Nice.
So that's 3 games in Colorado. We're doing 2 games in Massachusetts in the Hoop Hall Invitational. We're playing in a showcase event against, I don't know if they put the schedule yet. We're supposed to play a really good team, really good program from Philly. We're playing in another showcase event against a really good team from New Jersey. So we think we got a loaded up non-league schedule, and we're happy about that.
yeah, it sounds great. And Coach, I appreciate just that mentality. If only you heard how many coaches want to go 8-0 in that non-league. And like I've always said, who cares? Who cares, right? But it's it just shows the difference in the coaches, Pooh. Some guys all about that record, but at the end of the day, it's all about championships. Coach Lynch knows that. And I've always said, while Stepanak is that team that's, considered a top 25 program, I think we have a ton in that group from 25 to 50. Your group has always kind of been in that area. Coach, how do we make the Catholic League better? And what are some things that you think maybe it could improve on to kind of keep kids here longer and make those kids kind of do what me and Pooh said of, hey, maybe I go for 4 years and then I go somewhere else?
I don't want this to get twisted, but the Catholic League is still a great league.
Absolutely.
It's got all the amenities you could ever ask for. Like, not many leagues have that June team camp that I mentioned. We have that. We offer that to kids. We have a media day coming up in November. Not too many leagues have that. We have exposure events. We have a senior showcase for our kids. Our league is strong. Our league is good, and I hope it doesn't get this stigma that just because a couple of kids decided to leave, there's some really good players in our league still. Maybe they're younger than they once were, but there's some really, really good players in our league. I mean, that Stepanak team is loaded. They are
Yeah.
loaded. I forget about guys on their team. Like, so, oh, you got the Ratliff twins and Jervis. And then you look at it, it's like Dylan Perry's as good as anybody in the league. And
We just was talking about
It's crazy.
that
Right.
off air. Yeah.
Right. And you forget about, how do you forget about a kid like Josh Rivera? I mean, there's afterthoughts on that team, but
Hassan just signed, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
You got Coco, just
I bet
that's
they
gonna
are.
fill in that spot.
Yeah, but all of our teams, like, how good is Malik Fields? That kid is amazing.
Yes.
Look what he did to us in the playoffs. If he just if he shoots, I don't know, half of those shots and only scores like 20 points, we beat them by 20.
Right,
But
right.
he had a career day against us. I mean, there's some really good players in our league, and there's really good coaches in our league,
Mm.
top to bottom. And our league is just not. It's not a double A thing. There's 30 teams in our league. There's 30 plus teams in our league with the double A and the A and the B. And there's good people. There's good coaches. There's good schools. I really think people should reconsider if they're leaving, or if you're trying to get into the league, get into that league. Wherever you can get into that league's a really strong league.
Yeah. And speaking of the other league in the PSL, you guys face off against Jefferson in the preview tournament, right? It's going to be held at your school.
Yeah,
right?
so it's next Friday night. We're playing against Jefferson. I think it's an 8:30 game. It's at our place. For us, it's a great barometer. Bud, he's a tremendous coach, and his staff. They have great players. John is a great player. Rich Jackson's a great player. I can't wait to play them next Friday, and then we're also scrimmaging them. Just kind of our non-league thing, but this is a scrimmage setting. We're scrimmaging them in November. So I'm telling our guys going into this game, let's really judge where we are on October 11th, next Friday. And then let's really judge where we are a month from then and see where we are. Are we improving? Are we going in the right direction? Where do we need to get better?
Nah, that's awesome, Coach. That's awesome. Anything else, Coach?
Listen, for some guy who's nervous, I mean, Coach, you absolutely killed it. You were smooth as ever. And I just want to wish you guys luck. I think you do an amazing job, and go Prep.
Thank you. I get excited when I'm able to talk about our players. Our players, and I don't have a job without those guys. So they're terrific. So I appreciate you guys giving me this platform, this avenue to talk about our guys, and whatever you guys need. Anytime you're in town, you're always welcome in the gym.
Oh no, we there Friday. Relax. We there Friday. All
You
right.
got it.
All right. All right, Coach.
Thank you,
Thanks, guys. I
Coach.
appreciate it.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
All right. Coach Jimmy Lynch, St. Francis Prep, baby.
Listen, one of the greatest coaches in high school basketball. I
That's
have
a
no
fact.
problem saying it. Guy runs such great stuff. I could nerd out and have a whole episode about his X's and O's, but I wanted to keep it about the players. Also want to shout out his guy. I always forget his first name, but I want to say it's Lawrence Hales, the point guard who's there. He's another guy to watch out for that is going to help out Prep, I think, big time with Justin DeSena.
No doubt, no doubt. I think Coach had to be. I think Coach was High School Basketball Weekly's first Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I think so.
That's right. That's right. Hey, keep doing your thing, Coach. All right. So now, before we come on real quick, I got to plug.
Yeah, you got it.
Xbox Go, baby. Xbox Go. Xbox Go. The new AI camera. All right. Free hand camera. Hey, what's up? Say what's up to the people. We got a guest in the building. That's right. High School Basketball Weekly pet mascot is in the building. All right.
She is.
Hey,
She got
listen.
excited for that camera read, man.
That's right. That's right. Look, everybody out there, if you want to tape your practices, tape your games, stream live, this is a hands-free camera. Can pull it out real quick before we bring on our next guest. This is Xbox Go, baby. It's the Xbox Chameleon. I'll be taking this around the school once I do my visits and showing people, look, we got to get up on the technology. We're not trying to cancel the cameramans out because we got one of the best in 5 films. So
No,
it's just
listen,
an extra thing to
as
have.
a coach, I see this as mostly a practice tool. You know, you could definitely use it at games. The other thing too, Pooh, is that you can focus on one guy, which is huge to me. You know, whether you just want to focus on that guy for practice or make a highlight tape, which every kid wants. You know, that's a great feature for sure.
That's right. That's right. So check this out. We'll be right back. So as you see, it follows the action, and once you put the number in and zoom in on the number, it follows that player. So Xbox Go, and if you want to get the new Xbox Go, I'll put it in the link down below, and all they do is type in basketball heads and get 10% off. You heard?
Got to do it, baby.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, Coach, so we got on a new guest coming on, right? One of our guys who came through in the clutch last year, the basketball head supremacy.
One of my favorite guys in the PSAL, one of our day ones, and one of the most exciting guys with one of the best rosters in the PSAL, Coach. Bring him in.
That's a fact. That's
Bring
a
him in,
fact.
Pooh.
All right, baby. Now, our second guest tonight, all right, is Canarsie head coach Jake Edwards, who is also in his 8th year in the PSAL.
Wow.
My God. That's right. He's going to be joining us discussing this upcoming season and the state of New York City basketball. So welcome to the show, my guy, my brother, Coach Jake Edwards.
Coach, what's going on?
What's up? What's up? You can hear me out there?
The island? You tropical islands right now?
Right. You still in Atlanta, fan? What you doing up there, man?
I gotta still have that Atlanta feel. I gotta still have that Atlanta feel, you know.
He want to go back. He wants to go back.
For sure. Hey, Coach, how are you able to go back home to Atlanta to be with your family and also have your players stay focused up here in New York City?
It starts with my staff, man.
There you go.
I got a great staff, and we have a formula that we go by and we stick with it. And you know, without them, there's no me. You know, so I give a big shout out to my staff that did an excellent job keeping the guys skill prep, and also allowing other people to see what we do and actually help bring some guys in. So you know, big shout out to those guys. Allowed me to.
Yeah, let's run off some names, Coach. Let's run off some names, man.
Okay, my guy. We go. My guy, Rob White. You know, Ryan Gittins. Ricky Rivers. Craig Taylor. That's the Wayne Turner. That's the main core that kept it going out throughout the whole summer. And
that's a fact.
appreciate them to death.
no doubt. And I see you guys win the championship in the Kurt Jackson Jocko Memorial Tournament that he had, back to school tournament. So definitely.
Yes,
Get to witness that.
definitely. Thanks. And that was another good development tool for our guys, because we actually played that game without Dev and PJ to let the young guys, learn how to play without them and gain some more confidence. So another tip my hat off to my coaching staff for that.
Hey, coach, he got this kid. Can I say it? Can I say the kid from France?
Oh yeah.
Yo, he got this kid from France. He's a freshman.
Sophomore. Just
It don't
turned
make a
15.
difference. Freshman or sophomore, this kid is gonna be a big time player.
Oh,
If he develops the way he's supposed to develop.
yeah.
Oh
Yes.
Oh
How
yes.
big?
We like 6'7", 6'8".
6'9".
Oh my goodness.
Very lanky with a 7'4" wingspan.
And a jump hook.
Yes.
That's Matic. Ain't nobody blocking that. Nobody blocking that.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Now listen, I wanted to get into life in Canarsie, but Pooh's already skipping ahead, and I'm with it because I love it too. Talk about some of the other big names you've had come in, because you mentioned Big Dev Clark coming in from Brentwood, Long Island, and really looking fantastic with you guys, looking like a completely different player from top to bottom. You've done a great job with him. Talk about some of the other guys. I know you got the monster from Summit coming in. Got some big names coming in, Coach.
Yeah, actually, to put alongside with Devin and PJ, like he just like Pooh just said, we got the 6'9" young fella, Nolan. He and from when I returned in Georgia, since we started working with him, it's already night and day. So I think that he definitely have a big upside. We have like you said, a kid from Summit, Justin Rodriguez. He's like he's a solid PG. I think a lot of people.
That was a steal. That had to be one of the biggest steals.
Absolutely. And a great fit.
Sure.
Great fit.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely. And I think a lot of people is not going to see what he can actually do, what he did at Summit. I think at Summit he was off the ball more, and a lot of people don't know his IQ and feeling of the game on the ball. So we definitely going to showcase that this year.
Love that.
We had another surprise jump. A young man, Boubacar.
Let me be quiet.
Yeah, Boubacar, he came through, and he adds another lengthy athletic wing to us that we was looking for, and he fell into our lap. Then we also we also have another little young guard. He came from St. Mary's. All right, little Dylan, a little feisty defensive guard that we like a lot, and a lot of guys you go think is new that we had that developed very well over the summer. We had a kid, Kendall was a sophomore last year. He's definitely got stronger and a little more athletic. He adds some more depth to the program. Roman Gittins was one of our starters as a freshman last year. He has more experience, so that's another piece added that you could say added, but because he was a freshman last year, played a lot of minutes, so he's looking pretty solid now. And then we have another 6'6" kid that came in, Anthony, strong body, athletic, Dennis Rodman type of young man. So we definitely added with the pieces that we added to the core that we have. I shout out to because the parents also help make your program, and have a lot of good, strong parents that want to be involved here with Canarsie, and with the players that we have. There's no egos. Everybody come in and work and want to learn, want to get better, and that's all you can ask for. And I think at this point right now, this year with this group, I am very, very happy and excited, looking forward to going into the season with this group that we have this year.
Now, you return to veterans like PJ and Devin, right? What are you expecting from them this year that's going to help improve your team? And then the second part is, what are their recruitments looking like? Because this is both of their last years.
I could start off with the recruitment. The recruitment is going very well so far. I think we had our first week of open run. We had Manhattan, Hofstra, and Delaware in the gym recruiting, and coming up next week we should have LaSalle along with Fairfield. So the recruitment is definitely picking up. We also have Austin P is in the picture for PJ. So the recruitment is going well for those guys, and moving over to what we expect from them this year, which we see already. We told them don't put everything on your shoulders. All right, the thing that's going to help y'all is to make y'all perform the way y'all need to perform is utilizing your team. Just learn and play. Learn how to make winning plays. That's what's important. And going forward as we keep working, that's what I see on a daily basis. And I tip my hat off to them guys, because they could easily say, "Yo, we seniors, we going for hours." Nah, you can see the big difference between both those guys learning to make winning plays, and I think that will help you become even better as you keep moving on in your career.
Yeah, and I think it's great that you kind of push that message, because for those guys to make it all the way, I think they do have to bring those young guys, and I feel like you guys are doing a great effort of surrounding kind of PJ and Devin with guys who can kind of make plays and play point guard and kind of push them more off the ball, so you can kind of create some stuff. So the roster, I think, is getting great. But we're dying to know, Coach, what's going on with the non-league schedule. And Pooh, he's right, because my phone has been blowing up about PJ Singleton. Everybody asking about PJ.
Yes, our non-league schedule is pretty crazy right now. We actually go to Chicago playing in the tournament the first weekend in December. We also going out to Talktanian Classic in Vegas.
Love it.
December 18th to the 23rd. We had to scratch St. Benedict's because we had a schedule change with Eagle Brooklyn. So now in the Real Scout tournament, we'll be playing Eagle Brooklyn in the Real Scout tournament. So we'll have a league game in the Real Scout tournament. So that should be exciting.
That'll be intense.
Then we also have in the Jordan Brand Classic, we play Cardinal Hayes in the Jordan Brand Classic.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. I need to be there.
Yeah.
Another quality game for your guys for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. We finalized another tournament that we're going to a tournament hosted by, I forgot the name of the school, but Book from the Gauchos.
Yeah, St. James.
Yeah. So we finalize a tournament going out there that they hosted in Virginia.
Excellent.
So we definitely have a heavy non-league schedule to go along with the gauntlet that we're gonna be playing here in Brooklyn.
Yeah. But Coach, you're getting them prepared, and you're also making your program attractive. I mean, this schedule is fantastic. If you're in the area and you were 50-50, why would you not want to play for Canarsie when you're going to have great opportunities? You're going to be able to go out of state. I mean, not every program's doing that, Coach.
Oh yeah, definitely not. And we pride ourselves on those, giving the kids the experience and the opportunity to do these things. Like we try to do something every year. Like last year we went to Arizona and Georgia. I had to stick Georgia in there.
Of course.
Always on his mind, baby.
Right. Ray Charles all the way, baby.
So I wasn't greedy this year to go back there again for another tournament, but so I had to stick a couple of other ones. But I still had to go to the West Coast. Got to take the kids out to the West Coast to experience that lifestyle. Yeah,
I want to go back to the transfer portal, right? Because I could say that Canarsie High School is one of the schools that kind of benefited the most. You got kids from different parts of the city, different divisions, and now that you're seeing these pieces coming together slowly but surely, where do you see you guys? You think like this is the year you guys finally get over the hump? Because I think every year you guys are like right there but can't get over that next hurdle. Do you think you guys have the right pieces to do it this year?
Yeah, I definitely do. I definitely think we definitely have pieces in every position, and that actually could compete at that level. And with the leadership of PJ and Dev, I think that can help the young guys, help us get over the hump. Because like I said, the atmosphere and the energy is so different. You know, when you have all 14 kids in the gym, nobody missing no days, coming in to work constantly every day, ask questions, you know, willing to learn. I tell them, don't be scared to make a mistake. Make a mistake going hard though. Go hard, and that's what we're getting out of these guys, and it's great to see.
That's right. Just like my theme song, "Go hard or go home, baby."
Definitely.
Coach, I'm dying to ask you a question. You know, something I noticed from watching you coach on the sideline. You know, where did you get your kind of coaching style? Who kind of influenced you as a coach? Because, you know, you always stay very calm. I could tell you're passionate throughout the game. You know, the kids really like get energy from you throughout the game, especially as it gets later in the game. But, you know, you guys are good in late game situations. Talk about how you've kind of prepared yourself as a coach and where you've kind of gotten your style from.
Fortunately, I think I picked up my style from multiple coaches, multiple coaches, and then I took some from Tim Floyd when I was with him at the University of New Orleans. I took some from Gil Reynolds when I had him coming up.
Yeah, because that Gil Reynolds side do come out. Like,
yeah. and I definitely took some from Coach Ray Haskins when I was with him. So I took all of that and molded it into my own style, and that's what I come with, you know, today. And I think it's been working well for me so far. You know, I in all my years of coaching, I never missed the playoffs, which is you know, a lot of people can't say things like that. Also, I took a lot of programs that wasn't doing well and made them into a competitive program. So I think it's the style has worked for me over the years, and you know, and even now I still continue to research and learn. You know, I still see when I see some coaches out there in the college level or so on, or some of the coaches that I talk to that's recruiting my players, some of the things they do, I take some of that. So even at this time, as a stage in my career, you know, you never stop learning and want to keep enhancing. What do you do?
And you can't let Canarsie hang around, Pooh. You can't let him hang around.
no, not too long. Not too long. They can find some way to win. You know, you guys, the PSL has a lot of games to get to Catholic school this year.
Yes.
Right. Last year you guys didn't do too well. Right. This year, it's definitely going to be a big challenge to see where you guys, you know, stack up in the city. You know, and I think those are great rivalries and great competition games to have. You know, looking forward. How many Catholic schools do you guys play this year? I know you say you play Cardinal Hayes.
Yes. Well, that's the only one we have right now during the regular season. Preseason, I think we just played St. Ray's in a tournament out in the Bronx. That we beat them in that tournament ran by the Whiz Kids. We have a couple of scrimmages coming up. Well, we scrimmage Luha coming up in November. We scrimmage Zavarian coming up in November, and we also go scrimmage the Patrick School coming up in November.
That's dope. That's dope. Starting off on the right foot.
Oh, and we have another scrimmage with St. Ray's. They coming to us.
Beautiful.
Oh,
yeah. So it's going to be interesting.
Coach, you know, as Pooh said, you know, you guys are one of the top contenders in the PSCL. Definitely one of the exciting rosters and programs. You know, what could me, you know, Pooh and I do, and also the league to kind of enhance the PSAL in your eyes? Because, you know, you got great input. You know, you're deep in the league. What do you think we could kind of do and the league could kind of do to maybe make it a more, you know, maybe a better place for kids to get recruited?
I think probably need a little bit more advertisement. You know, get it out there even more on more stages and avenues. to educate people that have like a negative stamp on PSAL league and public schools. Also, I think like what you're doing right now, getting the interviews with schools as myself and other schools, so people could get on the channel and learn about the school instead of stereotype about the school. You know, people think old days, no, you know, things is different today. You know, the culture is different. So I think people need to be more educated about the schools and the programs, and I think that would help elevate the PSL and also help keep more kids involved in being excited to come play in the PSAL. You know, because even now, you know, we do have a lot of talent in the PSAL. You know,
That's
I don't know.
Fact.
People say New York is down. Yeah, okay.
Come to a game, right?
We hear this
Game.
we hear this all the time. I tell these people, man, I don't know what you guys are looking at, right? This ain't the old days, right? And at the end of the day, you can look out throughout the years. You're gonna have some drought years. That's just with anything.
Yes.
You have that in music, you have that in the NBA, you have that in football. There's gonna be some years where it's not the same, but this year is gonna be very exciting. And then the years, like, you know, Brian is big on that 2029 crew that's coming out of New York City, so and beyond. So y'all just stay tuned and sit back and watch the show, because New York City basketball, baby, is here to stay.
Yeah, because unfortunately, you know, I was in Georgia all summer, and you know, I'm still a basketball head, you know, so I'm in all around gyms and stuff like that, and people talking about New York basketball in Georgia. You know, they mention, you know, they actually mention about, you know, Jefferson. Oh, how's that kid Jada Swan and stuff like that. You know, so trust me, they know what's going on. So New York is not down.
Listen, I always say they may be hating, but they're always reading the menu, and we got a full menu, man. We got plenty to select from. Guys all over. Just like Coach said, you know, like a guy like Devin Clark, you know, could come in and help your program right away. How do you get these guys prepared for the next level? Because I know there's such an emphasis on, you know, getting to varsity in the PSAL, being successful, then you start to focus on the wins and that. But how do you get them prepared for the next level, Coach?
Well, like you said, it starts in the classroom first. You know, we try to get the kids, you know, making sure they handle their business in the classroom and prioritize the academics, you know, with their workouts, right? Because we don't let nothing fall to the side. You know, you handle your work, you handle your academics, and then, I mean, and we work out very, very. We have like a college training type of system. You know, where you're in the weight room daily, then you do your running, you do your conditioning with the ball, without the ball, and then a lot of skill work. You know, we do a lot of skill work, you know, individually, group skill work, before we even really start, like, saying what we're going to actually do. So we prepare in that sequence, and that's on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You know, that's on a daily basis, because we really strive on, you can't get better doing it once or twice a week. You know, you gotta maintain it multiple times a week to gain that consistency. You know, and that's what we, you know, that's what we look for. You know, like people say, practice make perfect. I say, nah, that practice make your game be consistent. That's what you want to be. You want to be consistent in what you do.
That's right. Or my coach Pelicani said, at MCI, practice make permanent. Once you learn how to do it, you'll always know how to do it. Well,
definitely. Yes.
First of all, Jay, I want to say this, brother. Thank you for coming through for us in the last minute with the coaching change for the basketball head supremacy.
We'll never forget, Coach.
Tournament, man.
With my 5 players.
Forever indebted. But that
playing hard as hell, Coach. Had him playing hard as hell.
And listen, and that game would have been different. It's just that the height and the length kind of wore you guys down at the end because it was a damn good game because you had Tiny on the sideline sweating, baby. You had Tiny on the sideline sweating. Man, again, man, I really appreciate you, man. My guy, Rick, who's, you know, down with you, was a big help. And helping me. Kim Denton, my guy Larry Cave, you know, man, but you coming in the last quarter, the filling for that slot, for those guys uptown dropping the ball, you came through just like a Brooklyn guy would do. And I want to say, man, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that so much. No doubt.
You know, I do anything to help out my BK peeps.
That's right. That's right. We go back to the Gil Riddle days. You know what I'm saying? Madison Square Broncos. You know what I'm saying? We go back, man, from kids. Look, we want to say, look, good luck this year. I'm definitely going to pull up. Let me know when it's a good day. You know, be good for when the coaches come down.
Okay.
Just hit me up your pool. They're going to be here to, you know, while I'm going to pull up and do what I do, man. So, holler at you guys the way it's supposed to, man. So we appreciate you, man. Look, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys play.
Yeah, me too.
Well, all them new pieces, you know.
Yes.
And look, Boubacar, you got a two-way player. This kid can play some defense.
Oh yes,
you know,
I love him,
man.
Yes.
Justin Rodriguez, man, you got some pieces, man.
Yes.
And that athletic kid, the sophomore kid. I saw him play this summer. What's his name? What's his name again? You mentioned him. You said the kid he improved after he improved his athletic, right? Listen, I saw this kid play 309, and I was just like, he caught like about 4 alley-oops. I was like, yo, who is this kid? Right? It's like, yo, what school you go to? He said Canarsie. I was like, okay, you working your way to get into it, right? But he was out there working.
Yeah, he's working. Yeah, he's working. He definitely working.
But that's what you want to see, right?
Yes, definitely,
man, definitely.
I'm excited, Coach. I'm really excited to see you guys take on all the pressure, and I hope the kids listen to you, like you said. If you know, if we eat, everybody eats. You know, if those guys listen to each other and play for each other, I think the sky's the limit for your team. Really appreciate you taking the time, Coach. And Canarsie's lucky to have you, man. Good luck this year.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And tell PJ and Devin when we call them to come on the show, man. Let's get up here and let them, you know.
Don't worry, Coach. I'm advocating for you. I'm sending everybody I can. I'm telling them, check out everything you need, Coach. I'll pump the Canarsie all I can.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on the show, man. I love talking to you guys, man.
Appreciate you, Jake.
Appreciate
See you soon, buddy.
Thanks. All right.
All right.
2 first-class guys. I'm so happy you brought that up, Coach. You know, for Coach Jake to step up like that for us was so big time, and I was so happy to have him on tonight. He's such like a gentleman. He's a great guy, and these 2 programs are in great places, and it wouldn't surprise me if they're both in the championships.
Man, look, when we talk about studs, like for the next generation that's coming up, man, Coach Jimmy Lynch, he got some players.
Oh man, Keyshawn White. Listen, I can't wait for you to see this.
You know, I haven't seen the kid from Roslyn play, but I've been watching. Really?
Monster, dude. He's a bucket.
Wow. See, and then I've been watching Eli play, right? Eli,
I saw Eli
already.
Hoops, and I was like,
14. Oh man,
please.
Away. Great parents too. Salute to the whole fam. Austin, man, get better, man. Get better. You right there, buddy.
Yeah,
stay in the gym. Keep working.
They might have a 3-headed monster coming up on at St. Francis Prep, man.
That's right. That's right. And again, say thank you again to Coach Jimmy Lynch and Coach Jake Edwards for coming through on a Friday. Look, if we could get some coaches in on a Friday night, like this is awesome.
It's the place to be. It's a spot tonight.
No doubt. I think what I sent you the text. We'll start getting those players, right? Yep. Start getting those players and get it rolling right. Get it rolling right into the season, and keep bringing on some surprises.
That's it, man. I can't wait to start doing some games and shout out all the players. Big O, my guy DeSena, and PJ, Dev, all these guys we talked about. Really exciting seasons coming up. Stay tuned, baby, because you never know who's going to be on the show.
That's right. Next Friday, y'all know that's gonna be our first game of the week. We started off last year, St. Francis, Prep, and CTK.
Let's go.
What better way, St. Francis Prep and Jefferson?
Monster. I love it.
All right, y'all. We out here. Peace.